Part 3. Day 1. Spacecraft. Spacecraft. Spinach. Spinach. Stroller. Stroller. Stumble. Stumble. Take responsibility for. Take responsibility for. Tonal language. Tonal language. From side to side. From side to side. Trophy. Trophy. Whereby. Whereby. Abbreviation. Abbreviation. Apartment complex. Apartment complex. Access. Access. Brighten. Brighten. Can't help, ing. Can't help, ing. Car accident. Car accident. Forearm. Forearm. Haste. Haste. Horseback riding. Horseback riding. Hunt for. Hunt for. In sight. In sight. In the short run. In the short run. Inconvenience. Inconvenience. Nightmare. Nightmare. One after another. One after another. Overheat. Overheat. Parchment. Parchment. Purple. Purple. Riverbank. Riverbank. Roll up. Roll up. Long-lasting. Long-lasting. Undergraduate. Undergraduate. Use up. Use up. Zigzag. Zigzag. Aboard. Aboard. Abolish. Abolish. Alarming. Alarming. An array of. An array of. Babysitter. Babysitter. Arise from. Arise from. Arouse. Arouse. At one time. At one time. At the cost of. At the cost of. Be excited about. Be excited about. Befriend. Befriend. Blush. Blush. Broaden. Broaden. Casual. Casual. Cathedral. Cathedral. Clatter. Clatter. Clear one's throat. Clear one's throat. Come one's way. Come one's way. Competitiveness. Competitiveness. Construction site. Construction site. Consultant. Consultant. Cuddle. Cuddle. Darken. Darken. Deck. Deck. Draw on. Draw on. Dress up. dress up. Electromagnetic, electromagnetic. Evidently, evidently. Fill out, fill out. For rent, for rent. Work ethic, work ethic. Founder, founder. Frantically, frantically. Get around, get around. Give rise to, give rise to. Granite, granite. Know-how, know-how. Humble, humble. Hurdle, hurdle. In contrast to, in contrast to. Insightful, insightful. For several years, for several years. Keep out, keep out. Leafy, leafy. Look back on, look back on. Look back, look back. Lounge, lounge. Stay up, stay up. Malnutrition, malnutrition. Maxim, maxim. Misdirect, misdirect. Monarch, monarch. Mushroom, mushroom. Name after, name after. Nap, nap. Negotiator, negotiator. Notify, notify. On and on, on and on. On the subject of, on the subject of. Open-minded, open-minded. Orphanage, orphanage. Outer space, outer space. Overjoy, overjoy. Overuse, overuse. Overuse, overuse. Perfectionism, perfectionism. Pick out, pick out. Pull, pull. Ponder, ponder. Part 3. Day 2. Postpone, postpone. Proceed, proceed. Perspective, perspective. Pull out, pull out. Quite a few, quite a few. Rain check, rain check. Retail store, retail store. Routinely, routinely. Rudeness, rudeness. Save face, save face. Self-sufficient, self-sufficient. Shut off, shut off. Sit still, sit still. Speak out, speak out. Suburban, suburban. Suitcase, suitcase. Suspicious, suspicious, sweeten, sweeten, thirst for, thirst for, under pressure, under pressure, unfairly, unfairly, unfulfilled, unfulfilled, waste, waste, wasteful, wasteful, shocking, shocking, watch out for, watch out for, what is more, what is more, width, width, with caution, with caution, abnormally, abnormally, admission ticket, admission ticket, airtight, airtight, alcoholic, alcoholic, allow for, allow for, at a distance, at a distance, at half price, at half price, at present, at present, avant-garde, avant-garde, batting average, batting average, be anxious about, be anxious about, be hard on, be hard on, biorhythm, biorhythm, blow off, blow off, burn out, burn out, chapped, chapped, cheer on, cheer on, chopper, chopper, connectivity, connectivity, control tower, control tower, cultural artifacts, cultural artifacts, debrief, debrief, do exercise, do exercise, dyslexic, dyslexic, electric car, electric car, electric company, electric company, flick, flick, that is to say, that is to say, get across, get across, get well, get well, go by, go by, back-breaking, back-breaking, golden nugget, golden nugget, great circle root, great circle root, guilty of, guilty of, hemp, hemp, hopefully, hopefully, if necessary, if necessary, impatient with, impatient with, impatient at, impatient at, in the light of, in the light of, insect repellent, insect repellent, live through, live through, match with, match with, milestone, milestone, mockingbird, mockingbird, oatmeal, oatmeal, on duty, on duty, On occasion. On occasion. On purpose. On purpose. Personal belongings. Personal belongings. Point to point. Point to point. Revenge. Revenge. Become friends with. Become friends with. Sit up straight. Sit up straight. Skeleton. Skeleton. Social security. Social security. Space shuttle. Space shuttle. Starting line. Starting line. Stony. Stony. Swim bladder. Swim bladder. Taboo. Taboo. Turn over. Turn over. Ultraviolet light. Ultraviolet light. Underworld. Underworld. Waiting list. Waiting list. Weep. Weep. What is worse? What is worse? Hang out with. Hang out with. A great number of. A great number of. All the same. All the same. Analytical. Analytical. Part 3. Day 3. Approximation. Approximation. At the conclusion of. At the conclusion of. Blackout. Blackout. Brace. Brace. By far. By far. Cheerleader. Cheerleader. Timely. Timely. Cognitively. Cognitively. Windmill. Windmill. Departmental. Departmental. Overland. Overland. Crunch. Crunch. Demon. Demon. Devil. Devil. Diagonally. Diagonally. Dime. Dime. Do well to. Do well to. Sunblock. Sunblock. Emergent. Emergent. Entertainer. Entertainer. Eruption. Eruption. Faithfully. Faithfully. Get in the way. Get in the way. Get paid. Get paid. Give off. Give off. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go together. Go together. Habitually. Habitually. Twice a day. Twice a day. Have an impact on. Have an impact on. Hollow. Hollow. In a hurry. In a hurry. Inaccuracy. Inaccuracy. Inheritance. Inheritance. Irregularly. Irregularly. Locker room. locker room. Hard-earned, hard-earned. Make a mess, make a mess. Make connections with, make connections with. Passer, passer. Make no difference, make no difference. Mow, mow. Murmur, murmur. Navigator, navigator. Non-renewable, non-renewable. On the verge of, on the verge of. Out of breath, out of breath. Out of the reach of, out of the reach of. Wash the dishes, wash the dishes. Pass along, pass along. Storyline, storyline. Pick up on, pick up on. Play a role, play a role. Plead, plead. Policymaker, policymaker. Probable, probable. Productively, productively. Put up with, put up with. Regionally, regionally. Rubbish, rubbish. Sixth sense, sixth sense. Commoner, commoner. Omission, omission. Stamina, stamina. Stomach ache, stomach ache. Strive for, strive for. Subject matter, subject matter. Hypnotic, hypnotic. Bleed, bleed. Numeral, numeral. A mountain of, a mountain of. A ton of, a ton of. Absent, 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 absent. Academically, academically. Predominant, predominant. Advanced class, advanced class. Aerobic capacity, aerobic capacity. Cash crop, cash crop. Stumble on, stumble on. Unification, unification. All the more, all the more. Amenity, amenity. Announcer, announcer. Anyhow, anyhow. Apologize for, apologize for. Arc, arc. Reawaken, reawaken. Arrogantly, arrogantly. Assault, assault. Assistantship, assistantship. Print out, print out. Make haste, make haste. Homesick, homesick. Backdraft, backdraft. Backpedal, backpedal. Baggage, baggage. bank statement, bank statement. Basic skill, basic skill. Bassoon, bassoon. Quieter, quieter. Part 3. Day 4. Hive, hive. Withdrawal, withdrawal. To oneself, to oneself. To the contrary, to the contrary. Unusually, unusually. Smoothly, smoothly. Sob, sob. Student council, student council. Subordinate, subordinate. Subordinate, subordinate. Surrender, surrender. Ditch, ditch. Tissue, tissue. To begin with, to begin with. Questioner, questioner. Unimaginable, unimaginable. Willingly, willingly. Wrap up, wrap up. Set off, set off. Shear, shear. Slap, slap. Speculate, speculate. Stripe, stripe. Stroll, stroll. Subtract, subtract. Survivor, survivor. Swedish, Swedish. Timetable, timetable. Worn out, worn out. Amplifier, amplifier. Animate, animate. Animate, animate. Banner, banner. Behind the wheel, behind the wheel. At the wheel, at the wheel. Without question, without question. Conspicuous, conspicuous. Consultation, consultation. Dangerously, dangerously. Disconnection, disconnection. Flatten, flatten. Flee, flee. Fortune teller, fortune teller. Guidance, guidance. Habitable, habitable. Hasten, hasten. Heat wave, heat wave. Minor, minor. Minimum wage, minimum wage. Misplace, misplace. Pseudoscience, pseudoscience. Raft, raft. Regression, regression. Self-disclosure, self-disclosure. Self-regard, self-regard. Statistical, statistical. Stomach ulcer, stomach ulcer. swarm, swarm. Tilt, tilt. Unbalance, unbalance. Video clip, video clip. Vulture, vulture. Witch doctor, witch doctor. Additive, additive. Profitability, profitability. Be certain, be certain. Block out, block out. Building block, building block. Consumerism, consumerism. Cut into, cut into. Enthusiasm for, enthusiasm for. Fall on, fall on. Fit in, fit in. Jump in, jump in. Goodness, goodness. Goodwill, goodwill. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Horn, horn. How come, how come? In those days, in those days. Inspirational, inspirational. Instructive, instructive. Madly, madly. Nightly, nightly. Oak, oak. Fish farm, fish farm. Overwhelmingly, overwhelmingly. Make for, make for. Stem from, stem from. Token, token. Visual aid, visual aid. Advancement, advancement. Attend to, attend to. Bankrupt, bankrupt. Bankruptcy, bankruptcy. Be familiar with, be familiar with. Be in love, be in love. Be superior to, be superior to. Beware of, beware of. Birch, birch. Blend in with, blend in with. Bruise, bruise. Carelessly, carelessly. Part 3. Day 5. Catch on, catch on. Chord, chord. Classification, classification. Penicillin, penicillin. Come out of, come out of. Incubator, incubator. Make a list, make a list. Comply with, comply with. Conquest, conquest. Corridor, corridor. Corruption, corruption. Dispose, dispose. Divorce, divorce. Duplicate, duplicate. Duplicate. duplicate, end up with, end up with, enzyme, enzyme, exaggeration, exaggeration, faithful, faithful, first ever, first ever, flawless, flawless, flutter, flutter, hysterical, hysterical, go wrong, go wrong, guided tour, guided tour, gum disease, gum disease, cord, cord, housewarming party, housewarming party, housewarming, housewarming, heart-shaped, heart-shaped, humanitarian, humanitarian, if anything, if anything, in an attempt to, in an attempt to, in the midst of, in the midst of, incapacity, incapacity, hands-free, hands-free, interviewee, interviewee, irony, irony, legendary, legendary, lodge, lodge, mouthwash, mouthwash, mindlessly, mindlessly, mortgage, mortgage, needy, needy, nourish, nourish, obedience, obedience, occupant, occupant, on the spot, on the spot, outbreak, outbreak, passport, passport, plaque, plaque, playing field, playing field, plumber, plumber, policeman, policeman, presenter, presenter, homeowner, homeowner, purify, purify, rationale, rationale, reassemble, reassemble, receptionist, receptionist, redefine, redefine, risk management, risk management, right, right, roam, roam, rot, rot, savings account, savings account, scrub, scrub, semantics, semantics, sticky, sticky, stiffen, stiffen, substantially, substantially, swamp, swamp, sweaty, sweaty, take medicine, take medicine, telltale, telltale, thrust, thrust, traitor, traitor, turned out to be, Turn out to be. Typhoon, typhoon. Unconditional, unconditional. Unpopular, unpopular. Up to date, up to date. Vanity, vanity. Vapor, vapor. Vomit, vomit. Wide open, wide open. Start up, start up. Absurd, absurd. Addictive, addictive. Aggressively, aggressively. Bison, bison. Alternately, alternately. Amphibian, amphibian. Anguish, anguish. Apparatus, apparatus. Archaeological, archaeological. Axe, axe. Bar chart, bar chart. Be committed to, be committed to. Be content with, be content with. Be crowded with, be crowded with. Be done with, be done with. Part 3. Day 6. Be incapable of, be incapable of. Be lost in, be lost in. Be mad at, be mad at. Bitter, bitter. Bind, bind. By all means, by all means. Challenge to, challenge to. Chant, chant. Clutter, clutter. Collaborative, collaborative. Collector, collector. Commission, commission. Commonplace, commonplace. Commuter, commuter. Complementary, complementary. Comprehensible, comprehensible. Constrain, constrain. Converse, converse. Converse, converse. Cross-cultural, cross-cultural. Cultivation, cultivation. Negativity, negativity. Deficient, deficient. Die of, die of. Differentiate, differentiate. Disagreeable, disagreeable. Discriminate, discriminate. Displace, displace. Dock, dock. Documentary, documentary. Doorway, doorway. Dress code, dress code. Dry up, dry up. Editorial, editorial. Ego, ego. Elegance, elegance. empathic, empathic. Encode, encode. Eternity, eternity. Exemplify, exemplify. Farewell, farewell. Fingerprint, fingerprint. Fishbowl, fishbowl. Flint, flint. Floral, floral. Folder, folder. Formulate, formulate. Franchise, franchise. Freezer, freezer. Geometric, geometric. Get ahead, get ahead. Get involved in, get involved in. Good looking, good looking. Gradual, gradual. Grin, grin. Grown, grown. Handicraft, handicraft. Handler, handler. Have an ability to, have an ability to. Have no idea, have no idea. Hesitant, hesitant. Horrible, horrible. Hub, hub. Illegally, illegally. Impractical, impractical. In kind, in kind. In reference to, in reference to. In so doing, in so doing. Inappropriately, inappropriately. Inconvenient, inconvenient. Inflame, inflame. Insurance company, insurance company. Introverted, introverted. Irresistible, irresistible. Irrigate, irrigate. Keep from, keep from. Keep on ing, keep on ing. Kindergarten, kindergarten. Leave for, leave for. Swelling, swelling. Lining, lining. Lump, lump. Make amends, make amends. Make way, make way. Manifest, manifest. Marvel, marvel. Metabolism, metabolism. Metropolis, metropolis. Mildly, mildly. Miniature, miniature. Mobilize, mobilize. Morale, morale. Mourn, mourn. Move into, move into. Naive, naive. Navigate, navigate. Northwestern, northwestern. Offensive, offensive. out of stock, out of stock. Out of work, out of work. Paradoxical, paradoxical. Part 3. Day 7. Passively, passively. Permanence, permanence. Philosophical, philosophical. Plankton, plankton. Plastic surgery, plastic surgery. Preferable, preferable. Caloric, caloric. Promotional, promotional. Purposely, purposely. Quotation, quotation. Raw material, raw material. Realism, realism. Realist, realist. Regretfully, regretfully. Reinforcement, reinforcement. Reliably, reliably. Repertoire, repertoire. Resonance, resonance. Restrain, restrain. Run off, run off. Sadly, sadly. Schooling, schooling. Scrape, scrape. Scribble, scribble. Sensibility, sensibility. Sensible, sensible. Censor, censor. Separately, separately. Seriousness, seriousness. Shave, shave. Sincerity, sincerity. Skepticism, skepticism. Soothe, soothe. Standardize, standardize. Staple, staple. Start off, start off. Steepness, steepness. Stimulus, stimulus. Sulfate, sulfate. Surgeon, surgeon. Synchronize, synchronize. Tape measure, tape measure. Tease, tease. Technically, technically. Temperate, temperate. Terminal, terminal. Terrace, terrace. There is no room for, there is no room for. Cryptic, cryptic. Thrift, thrift. Throw in, throw in. To the extent that, to the extent that. Toughness, toughness. Tropic, tropic. Undertake, undertake. Underway, underway. Unfavorable, unfavorable. Vain, vain, violently, violently, whiny, whiny, whip, whip, desertification, desertification, almond, almond, eventual, eventual, abdomen, abdomen, acupuncture, acupuncture, aerobic exercise, aerobic exercise, ape, ape, artery, artery, artificial intelligence, artificial intelligence, at one's own expense, at one's own expense, at one's expense, at one's expense, timeline, timeline, be jealous of, be jealous of, be on the rise, be on the rise, breadcrumb, breadcrumb, buzzer, buzzer, carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon monoxide, carbon monoxide, cardiac, cardiac, checkpoint, checkpoint, child care, child care, cling to, cling to, colorblind, colorblind, comical, comical, contributor, contributor, deduct, deduct, disorganized, disorganized, distinctly, distinctly, unthinkable, unthinkable, dry cleaners, dry cleaners, dummy, dummy, electron, electron, enhancement, enhancement, exemplar, exemplar, eyeball, eyeball, find fault with, find fault with, first come, first served, first come, first served, shellfish, shellfish, fossilize, fossilize, fraternal twins, fraternal twins. Part 3, Day 8. Freckle, freckle, garbage dump, garbage dump, hand out, hand out, hectic, hectic, hitchhiker, hitchhiker, hold on, hold on, in order that, in order that, in that way, in that way, infantry, infantry, intermediary, intermediary, jobless, jobless, lay off, lay off, ledge, ledge, declining, declining, liquidity, liquidity, liver, liver. Lose out, lose out. Maiden, maiden. Moderator, moderator. Monastery, monastery. Mortality, mortality. Nocturnal, nocturnal. Observance, observance. On one's own time, on one's own time. Oxygenate, oxygenate. Paragraph, paragraph. Parallel bars, parallel bars. Pass by, pass by. Pastel, pastel. Paternalistic, paternalistic. Peculiarity, peculiarity. Phobia, phobia. Anticipated, anticipated. Populous, populous. Premature, premature. Procrastination, procrastination. Pronounce, pronounce. Radish, radish. Recapture, recapture. Rib, rib. Ritualize, ritualize. Sandpit, sandpit. See through, see through. Sleep soundly, sleep soundly. Smash, smash. Soybean, soybean. Special offer, special offer. Strut, strut. Sweatshirt, sweatshirt. Tactic, tactic. Tenant, tenant. Theorizer, theorizer. Trouser, trouser. Tweet, tweet. Well read, well read. Whirlpool, whirlpool. Withdrawn, withdrawn. Mulberry tree, mulberry tree. Professorship, professorship. Coffin, coffin. To be sure, to be sure. Tobacco, tobacco. Unreasonably, unreasonably. Verge, verge. Vocation, vocation. Outrage, outrage. Abruptly, abruptly. Act out, act out. Agreeable, agreeable. Aid, aid. Aimlessly, aimlessly. Allot, allot. Alphabetical, alphabetical. Amend, amend. Unproductive, unproductive. Analytically, analytically. Anatomy, anatomy. Arthritis, arthritis. as few as, as few as. At your convenience, at your convenience. Athenian, Athenian. Atomic, atomic. Attainable, attainable. Austerity, austerity. Automate, automate. Autonomously, autonomously. Bandage, bandage. Be appropriate for, be appropriate for. Be on the decline, be on the decline. Be successful in, be successful in. Be suited to, be suited to. Be vital to, be vital to. Believable, believable. Benevolent, benevolent. Bizarre, bizarre. Cursor, cursor. Blurry, blurry. Breeding ground, breeding ground. Brink, brink. Broomstick, broomstick. Part 3, Day 9. Bumpy, bumpy. Berry, berry. By chance, by chance. Round number, round number. Calf, calf. Can afford to, can afford to. Captivity, captivity. Carbohydrate, carbohydrate. Catastrophe, catastrophe. Come out, come out. Come across as, come across as. Commercially, commercially. Common good, common good. Conceptualize, conceptualize. Confusion, confusion. Congestion, congestion. Enamel, enamel. Convenience store, convenience store. Cool down, cool down. Cost effective, cost effective. Creek, creek. Criterion, criterion. Crooked, crooked. Curb, curb. Curly, curly. Deafening, deafening. Dealership, dealership. Debut, debut. Deceptively, deceptively. Decide on, decide on. Decode, decode. Decompose, decompose. Deficiency, deficiency. Dehydration, dehydration. Deliberation, deliberation. Delinquency, delinquency. Tentacle, tentacle. Dried up, dried up. developmental stage, developmental stage. Devotion, devotion. Underwrite, underwrite. Directional, directional. Discord, 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 discord. Divert, divert. Dodge, dodge. Dormant, dormant. Mansard roof, mansard roof. Rotary, rotary. Enlarge, enlarge. Equation, equation. Esteem, esteem. Exemplary, exemplary. Bungalow, bungalow. Expire, expire. Expose A to B, expose A to B. Extraordinarily, extraordinarily. Far off, far off. Fellowship, fellowship. Flex, flex. Fluently, fluently. Heart attack, heart attack. Long time, long time. Fondly, fondly. Duo, duo. For fear that, for fear that. For fear of, for fear of. Silkworm, silkworm. Formality, formality. Frenzy, frenzy. From the beginning, from the beginning. Frontiersman, frontiersman. Fruitful, fruitful. Nuanced, nuanced. Fungi, fungi. Future-oriented, future-oriented. Subscriber, subscriber. Get in trouble, get in trouble. Get out of control, get out of control. Get upset, get upset. Globally, globally. Glossy, glossy. Flashback, flashback. Go so far as to, go so far as to. Go as far as to, go as far as to. Graduate from, graduate from. Guard against, guard against. Hallway, hallway. Squint, squint. Have a problem with, have a problem with. Be in conflict with, be in conflict with. Help out, help out. Hindrance, hindrance. Hold back, hold back. Homogeneous, homogeneous. Honorable, honorable. Household appliance, household appliance. Humidity, humidity. Humiliate, humiliate. hustle, hustle. Idle, idle. Igloo, igloo. Immensely, immensely. Part 3. Day 10. Deflate, deflate. Immersion, immersion. Immortal, immortal. Imprisonment, imprisonment. Imprudent, imprudent. In demand, in demand. In every case, in every case. In moderation, in moderation. In the shape of, in the shape of. In the way of, in the way of. In unison, in unison. Indistinguishable, indistinguishable. Infancy, infancy. Infinitely, infinitely. Inflammation, inflammation. Inflate, inflate. Insistence, insistence. Insulate, insulate. Integration, integration. Intrinsically, intrinsically. Intrusion, intrusion. Intuitively, intuitively. Irregular, irregular. Irresponsible, irresponsible. Keenly, keenly. Keep away, keep away. Kick in, kick in. Lawmaker, lawmaker. Lid, lid. Life expectancy, life expectancy. Locality, locality. Look over, look over. Magically, magically. Make ends meet, make ends meet. Make friends, make friends. Mercy, mercy. Meteorite, meteorite. Misinterpretation, misinterpretation. Mock, mock. Modesty, modesty. Moist, moist. Momentary, momentary. Uncontrollable, uncontrollable. More or less, more or less. Municipal, municipal. Nomad, nomad. Nonfiction, nonfiction. Non-human, non-human. Not entirely, not entirely. Nothingness, nothingness. Nourishment, nourishment. Nuisance, nuisance. Observable, observable. Oddly, oddly. On business, on business. On the brink of, on the brink of. Once and for all, once and for all. once for all, once for all. Out of sight, out of sight. Outnumber, outnumber. Unprepared, unprepared. Overtime, overtime. Owing to, owing to. Ozone, ozone. Palette, palette. Parliamentary, parliamentary. Pay a visit to, pay a visit to. Peninsula, peninsula. Perfectionist, perfectionist. Petition, petition. Pitiful, pitiful. Plainly, plainly. Portrayal, portrayal. Prairie, prairie. Presume, presume. Presumption, presumption. Prevalence, prevalence. Processed food, processed food. Prolific, prolific. Promptness, promptness. Proverbial, proverbial. Provision, provision. Puddle, puddle. Pushy, pushy. Rage, rage. Rage from, to. Rage from, to. Recruitment, recruitment. Resign, resign. Resort to, resort to. Prom, prom. Reward for, reward for. Rhinoceros, rhinoceros. Ripple, ripple. Rite of passage, rite of passage. Rooftop, rooftop. Wrote, wrote. Roughness, roughness. Run over, run over. Sandpaper, sandpaper. Seeming, seeming. Self-concept, self-concept. Part 3. Day 11. Self-discipline, self-discipline. Senator, senator. Set aside, set aside. Shaft, shaft. Shopping mall, shopping mall. Dumping, dumping. Shut down, shut down. Sideline, sideline. Siding, siding. Skyrocket, skyrocket. Sling, sling. Snapshot, snapshot. Snatch, snatch. Sneaky, sneaky. Valueless, valueless. Solidity, solidity. Soy milk, soy milk. skydive, skydive. Bloodhound, bloodhound. Split up, split up. Sprain, sprain. Stalk, stalk. Sprint, sprint. Standard of living, standard of living. Stare at, stare at. Stationary bike, stationary bike. Strangle, strangle. Fruitless, fruitless. Struggle with, struggle with. Stubby, stubby. Stupidity, stupidity. Substandard, substandard. Subtropical, subtropical. Superior to, superior to. Surfboard, surfboard. Suspense, suspense. Sway, sway. Swirl, swirl. Symbolism, symbolism. Wrongness, wrongness. Tasteless, tasteless. Tedious, tedious. Terminate, terminate. Tighten, tighten. To make things worse, to make things worse. Tourist destination, tourist destination. Trade off, trade off. Transcend, transcend. Transparent, transparent. Travel agency, travel agency. Treaty, treaty. Triumphant, triumphant. Troublemaker, troublemaker. Turn back, turn back. Unchangeable, unchangeable. Unconventional, unconventional. Unison, unison. Unmoved, unmoved. Unrestricted, unrestricted. Untie, untie. Unwelcome, unwelcome. Upbringing, upbringing. Upside down, upside down. Urgently, urgently. Utensil, utensil. Verbally, verbally. Verification, verification. Visibility, visibility. Visibly, visibly. Vocalization, vocalization. Volcanic ash, volcanic ash. Warm up, warm up. Watery, watery. Weird, weird. Well-balanced, well-balanced. Quicken, quicken. Worrisome, worrisome. Youthful, youthful. Abbreviate, abbreviate. Absent-mindedly, absent-mindedly. Absorption, absorption. Acrobat, acrobat. Activation, activation. Probable, probable. Adept, adept. Adept, adept. Admirer, admirer. Admit to, admit to. Admittedly, admittedly. Adorn, adorn. Affectivity, affectivity. After school, after school. A substantial amount of, a substantial amount of. Ailment, ailment. Airtime, airtime. Constitutive, constitutive. Alphabetically, alphabetically. Amazement, amazement. Ambassador, ambassador. Anatomically, anatomically. Above average, above average. Part 3. Day 12. Sooner or later, sooner or later. Specialty, specialty. Speckle, speckle. Spectrum, spectrum. Sprinter, sprinter. Step into, step into. Street food, street food. Subconsciously, subconsciously. Subtly, subtly. Tackle, tackle. Theoretical, theoretical. Theoretically, theoretically. Timber, timber. To some extent, to some extent. Toil, toil. Transnational, transnational. Trombone, trombone. Unambiguous, unambiguous. Undo, undo. Unfold, unfold. Unimportant, unimportant. Unreliable, unreliable. Vertebrate, vertebrate. Warehouse, warehouse. Weary, weary. Well-defined, well-defined. With respect to, with respect to. Yield to, yield to. Slippery, slippery. So, so. Spend money, spend money. Stationary, stationary. Stride, stride. Problematic, problematic. Unforgettable, unforgettable. Uninterested, uninterested. Unintentional, unintentional. yearly, yearly. Social studies, social studies. Spontaneously, spontaneously. Straighten, straighten. Theft, theft. Set down, set down. Skinny, skinny. Snorkel, snorkel. Stuffing, stuffing. Shrub, shrub. Societal, societal. Solo, solo. Stick with, stick with. Subscribe, subscribe. Traffic jam, traffic jam. Understandable, understandable. Uneasy, uneasy. Unity, unity. Vanish, vanish. Vet, vet. Voluntarily, voluntarily. Truthful, truthful. Undertaking, undertaking. Up to a point, up to a point. Utmost, utmost. Vicious, vicious. Water drop, water drop. Mediation, mediation. Wind up, wind up. Amputate, amputate. Spiny, spiny. Accompany, accompany. Acoustic, acoustic. Adaptability, adaptability. Adhere, adhere. Adherence, adherence. Adjacent, adjacent. Administrative, administrative. Adopter, adopter. Adverse, adverse. Affirm, affirm. Ahead of time, ahead of time. Altruism, altruism. Amid, amid. Anchor, anchor. Antarctica, Antarctica. Apron, apron. Arbitrary, arbitrary. Aromatic, aromatic. Art exhibition, art exhibition. As it turned out, as it turned out. Aside from, aside from. Assembly line, assembly line. Associate A with B, associate A with B. At all times, at all times. At any time, at any time. At intervals, at intervals. Authoritative, authoritative. Awesome, awesome. Bacterial, bacterial. Bait, bait. Be composed of. Be composed of. Be indifferent to. Be indifferent to. Part 3. Day 13. Be liable to. Be liable to. Beaver. Beaver. Best of all. Best of all. Bike lane. Bike lane. Boiler. Boiler. Bootmaker. Bootmaker. Breaststroke. Breaststroke. Saxophone. Saxophone. Built-in. Built-in. Bushmeat. Bushmeat. Business incubator. Business incubator. Celestial. Celestial. Detachment. Detachment. Celluloid. Celluloid. Chemist. Chemist. Chewy. Chewy. Chronically. Chronically. Circulate. Circulate. Civilian. Civilian. Climb up. Climb up. Course. Course. Coexist. Coexist. Come down to. Come down to. Junk mail. Junk mail. Compile. Compile. Conditioning. Conditioning. Confrontation. Confrontation. Console. Console. Contraction. Contraction. Contradiction. Contradiction. Conventional wisdom. Conventional wisdom. Copyright. Copyright. Cosmic. Cosmic. Cottonwood. Cottonwood. Cover up. Cover up. Craze. Craze. Crest. Crest. Curse. Curse. Customization. Customization. Cyclical. Cyclical. Cylinder. Cylinder. Damp. Damp. Day by day. Day by day. Debris. Debris. Decentralized. Decentralized. Degeneration. Degeneration. Deplete. Deplete. Depletion. Depletion. Descendant. Descendant. Deterioration. Deterioration. Dialect. Dialect. Die off. Die off. Dinnerware. Dinnerware. Disbelief. Disbelief. Disclose. Disclose. Disperse. disperse, dissatisfaction, dissatisfaction, diversely, diversely, startling, startling, downfall, downfall, dramatize, dramatize, drape, drape, durability, durability, dwindling, dwindling, ecology, ecology, elastic, elastic, eloquence, eloquence, eloquent, eloquent, mountainside, mountainside, endorse, endorse, endow, endow, enormously, enormously, equate, equate, erect, erect, erroneous, erroneous, ethically, ethically, euphemism, euphemism, experimentation, experimentation, extraction, extraction, fabulous, fabulous, multidimensional, multidimensional, faulty, faulty, filmic, filmic, first rate, first rate, fixate, fixate, sodium, sodium, forensic, forensic, foresee, foresee, freeway, freeway, highland, highland, frustrate, frustrate, full refund, full refund, geologic, geologic, get ready for, get ready for, get stuck, get stuck, give birth to, give birth to, glare, glare, greenhouse gas, greenhouse gas, health insurance, health insurance, herdsman, herdsman. Part 3, Day 14. Heredity, heredity, homeland, homeland, hostility, hostility, humiliation, humiliation, immobilize, immobilize, impressively, impressively, in the beginning, in the beginning, in the meantime, in the meantime, incidental, incidental, independently of, independently of, indigenous, indigenous, individualism, individualism, influenza, influenza, inscription, inscription, inseparable, inseparable, instantaneous, instantaneous, instrumental, instrumental, insurance policy, insurance policy, intellectually, intellectually, intersection, intersection, intolerance, intolerance, it is likely that, it is likely that, joyfully, joyfully, keep pace with, keep pace with, kinship, kinship, landslide, landslide, leakage, leakage, uncovered, uncovered, let go, let go, leukemia, leukemia, liable, liable, limestone, limestone, sash, sash, loosen, loosen, lunar, lunar, maze, maze, make a mistake, make a mistake, mammoth, mammoth, sociability, sociability, messiness, messiness, metaphorical, metaphorical, methane, methane, mindful, mindful, mistress, 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 monumental, monumental, motivator, motivator, readiness, readiness, mummy, mummy, natal, natal, native species, native species, nomination, nomination, nosy, nosy, notation, notation, obedient, obedient, obey, obey, obscure, obscure, occur to, occur to, odor, odor, on display, on display, one way, one way, optimist, optimist, overcrowd, overcrowd, overlearn, overlearn, partially, partially, patron, patron, peril, peril, periodic, periodic, pillbug, pillbug, plague, plague, plane crash, plane crash, playmate, playmate, polarity, polarity, pollination, pollination, pour, pour, powerfully, powerfully. Prevail, prevail. Proficiency, proficiency. Profile, profile. Progression, progression. Projection, projection. Prolong, prolong. Promoter, promoter. Punctuation, punctuation. Purity, purity. Put together, put together. Racism, racism. Recognizable, recognizable. Reference point, reference point. Rehabilitation, rehabilitation. Residential, residential. Resilient, resilient. Ridicule, ridicule. Roadblock, roadblock. Robber, robber. Saucer, saucer. Scholarly, scholarly. Sea star, sea star. Send out, send out. Shaman, shaman. Shoemaker, shoemaker. Part 3. Day 15. Short-sighted, short-sighted. Shrug, shrug. So much so that, so much so that. So to speak, so to speak. Sophistication, sophistication. Spell checker, spell checker. Sperm, sperm. Spiral, spiral. Spur, spur. Stairwell, stairwell. Stay away from, stay away from. Keep away from, keep away from. Steer, steer. Step on, step on. Stop by, stop by. Straightforward, straightforward. Dependable, dependable. Stray, stray. Submerge, submerge. Sunrise, sunrise. Superb, superb. Superstition, superstition. Sustainability, sustainability. Overgrown, overgrown. Swift, swift. Sympathy, sympathy. Systematically, systematically. Take a chance, take a chance. Take a deep breath, take a deep breath. Take place in, take place in. Take turns, take turns. Timepiece, timepiece. Tolerant, tolerant, torch, torch, trample, trample, transatlantic, transatlantic, treadmill, treadmill, tremendously, tremendously, tricky, tricky, triumph, triumph, try out for, try out for, turbulence, turbulence, turnover, turnover, ultrasound, ultrasound, underlie, underlie, undeveloped, undeveloped, unexpectedly, unexpectedly, unlucky, unlucky, unpredictability, unpredictability, user-friendly, user-friendly, vinegar, vinegar, vulnerability, vulnerability, weave, weave, stance, stance, wondrous, wondrous, word of mouth, word of mouth, a piece of cake, a piece of cake, accessibility, accessibility, unfound, unfound, acute, acute, adoption, adoption, applicable, applicable, arrogance, arrogance, assurance, assurance, beaming, beaming, auditorium, auditorium, be rooted in, be rooted in, be short of, be short of, beer, beer, blister, blister, bronze, bronze, uncomplicated, uncomplicated, scuba diving, scuba diving, check in, check in, cleanliness, cleanliness, clear up, clear up, clumsy, clumsy, contradict, contradict, count on, count on, creep, creep, dedication, dedication, denial, denial, digestion, digestion, digitally, digitally, dweller, dweller, egocentric, egocentric, fertility, fertility, woodworking, woodworking, for one thing, for one thing, forefront, forefront, gasp, gasp, geographic, geographic, get on with, get on with, get over, get over, Get through. Get through. Glamorous. Glamorous. Go to bed. Go to bed. Graze. Graze. Groundwater. Groundwater. Handy. Handy. Housekeeping. Housekeeping. Part 3. Day 16. Illiterate. Illiterate. In brief. In brief. In exchange for. In exchange for. In some ways. In some ways. In theory. In theory. Inconsiderate. Inconsiderate. Indigo. Indigo. Individualize. Individualize. Insecurity. Insecurity. Insignificant. Insignificant. Insure. Insure. Invaluable. Invaluable. Lecture. Lecture. Let me see. Let me see. Lick. Lick. Lightweight. Lightweight. Look through. Look through. Lyric. Lyric. Make up for. Make up for. Manufactured product. Manufactured product. Melting pot. Melting pot. Momentarily. Momentarily. Monk. Monk. Most of all. Most of all. Neatly. Neatly. Nonsense. Nonsense. Non-standard. Non-standard. On schedule. On schedule. Once in a while. Once in a while. Optimum. Optimum. Parcel. Parcel. Paycheck. Paycheck. Peach. Peach. Pessimistic. Pessimistic. Pop up. Pop up. Portfolio. Portfolio. Power plant. Power plant. Reform. Reform. Remotely. Remotely. Right angle. Right angle. Royalty. Royalty. Saliva. Saliva. Scenic. Scenic. Sculptor. Sculptor. Shortly after. Shortly after. Shrinkage. Shrinkage. Shyness. Shyness. Sip. Sip. Skillful. Skillful. Sled. Sled. Slogan. Slogan. Socialize. Socialize. Solar eclipse. solar eclipse. Stand still, stand still. Keep still, keep still. Step forward, step forward. Suspension, suspension. Symphony, symphony. To start with, to start with. Translate into, translate into. Traumatic, traumatic. Unanticipated, unanticipated. Unbearable, unbearable. Unselfish, unselfish. With enthusiasm, with enthusiasm. Wizard, wizard. Workload, workload. Wrongly, wrongly. Prone, prone. Await, await. Awkwardness, awkwardness. Barefoot, barefoot. Be shocked by, be shocked by. Be shocked, be shocked. Botanical garden, botanical garden. Burst into laughter, burst into laughter. Comprise, comprise. Compulsive, compulsive. Disagree with, disagree with. Fad, fad. Fall down, fall down. Fall, fall. Firewood, firewood. Gill, gill. Graduate school, graduate school. Gravitational pull, gravitational pull. Gray hair, gray hair. Halve, halve. Hard working, hard working. In anger, in anger. Stay in shape, stay in shape. Keep in shape, keep in shape. Incompetent, incompetent. Involuntary, involuntary. Mercury, mercury. Object to, object to. On the back of, on the back of. Packet, packet. Pad, pad. Pass away, pass away. Pleased with, pleased with. Pod, pod. Predictive, predictive. Prohibition, prohibition. Part 3. Day 17. Recharge, recharge. Reluctantly, reluctantly. Revisit, revisit. Rise above, rise above. Sit up, sit up. Stand out, stand out. Thoughtfulness, thoughtfulness. Trial and error, trial and error. upstream, upstream. Wash away, wash away. Witty, witty. Reciprocation, reciprocation. A blessing in disguise, a blessing in disguise. Fine line, fine line. A lot better, a lot better. A multitude of, a multitude of. Abrupt, abrupt. Acceleration, acceleration. Achievable, achievable. Acutely, acutely. Adequately, adequately. Adhere to, adhere to. Admirable, admirable. Afloat, afloat. Advisable, advisable. Affluent, affluent. Agenda, agenda. Agility, agility. Aimless, aimless. Algae, algae. Alkaloid, alkaloid. All told, all told. Allocation, allocation. Ancestral, ancestral. Antibacterial, antibacterial. Apartheid, apartheid. Apprentice, apprentice. Approachable, approachable. Aquaculture, aquaculture. Archaeology, archaeology. Archive, archive. Assertiveness, assertiveness. Astound, astound. At a glance, at a glance. At fault, at fault. At length, at length. At the most, at the most. At most, at most. Attentively, attentively. Attractiveness, attractiveness. Aura, aura. Aural, aural. Authorization, authorization. Authorship, authorship. Avalanche, avalanche. Subjectivity, subjectivity. Backfire, backfire. Ballot, ballot. Banquet, banquet. Be caught up in, be caught up in. Sharpness, sharpness. Be deprived of, be deprived of. Be devoted to, be devoted to. Be equipped with, be equipped with. Be ignorant of, be ignorant of. Redo, redo. Midway, midway. Passerby, passerby. Alloy, alloy. 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 Be suited for, be suited for. Be to blame, be to blame. Beekeeping, beekeeping. Beep, beep. Behold, behold. Below the surface, below the surface. Bilingual, bilingual. Billiard ball, billiard ball. Biodegradable, biodegradable. Blacksmith, blacksmith. Bland, bland. Individualistic, individualistic. Blood sugar, blood sugar. Blunt, blunt. Boast, boast. Bookshelf, bookshelf. Botanist, botanist. Bravery, bravery. Break into, break into. Bring on, bring on. Bring up, bring up. Broadcaster, broadcaster. Brutal, brutal. Brutally, brutally. Essayist, essayist. Burn up, burn up. By comparison, by comparison. By no means, by no means. Calculus, calculus. Calming effect, calming effect. Candid, candid. Understandably, understandably. Part 3. Day 18. Cash register, cash register. Cautiously, cautiously. Chalk, chalk. Charcoal, charcoal. Charitable, charitable. Choir, choir. Christianity, Christianity. Civilize, civilize. Cleanly, cleanly. Clingy, clingy. Close up, close up. Co-author, co-author. Cohesion, cohesion. Cold sweat, cold sweat. Commentary, commentary. Compact, compact. Compact, compact. Compartment, compartment. Complication, complication. Comprehensive, comprehensive. Compress, compress. Compress, compress. Compression, compression. Comrade, comrade. Conquer, conquer. Configuration, configuration. Conform to, conform to. consensus, consensus. Considerably, considerably. Contagion, contagion. Contentment, contentment. Contextual, contextual. Continuum, continuum. Conversion, conversion. Core, core. Corpse, corpse. Correlate, correlate. Counterproductive, counterproductive. Cowardly, cowardly. Cram, cram. Cubicle, cubicle. Cyclic, cyclic. Dare to, dare to. Day and night, day and night. Dazzle, dazzle. Deadlock, deadlock. Decent, decent. Defensively, defensively. Deforestation, deforestation. Defy, defy. Delicacy, delicacy. Deployment, deployment. Designate, designate. Pun, pun. Detector, detector. Deviation, deviation. Diagram, diagram. Dietary fiber, dietary fiber. Digestive system, digestive system. Dimensional, dimensional. Discernible, discernible. Discouragement, discouragement. Discrepancy, discrepancy. Disinfection, disinfection. Disobedient, disobedient. Disorderly, disorderly. Disparity, disparity. Dispersal, dispersal. Disposition, disposition. Disprove, disprove. Dissent, dissent. Dissertation, dissertation. Distinct from, distinct from. Diverge, diverge. Divine, divine. Dizzy, dizzy. Doctorate, doctorate. Domination, domination. Doom, doom. Dormitory, dormitory. Dorsal, dorsal. Downdraft, downdraft. Downplay, downplay. Downpour, downpour. Downsize, downsize. Drastic, drastic. Dribble, dribble. Dry out, dry out, ebb, ebb, elect, elect, eligible, eligible, elimination, elimination, elusive, elusive, embody, embody, eminent, eminent, empirically, empirically, enact, enact, enchant, enchant, enforcement, enforcement, engrave, engrave, ensue, ensue, entity, entity. Part 3. Day 19. Entrance fee, entrance fee. Entrenched, entrenched. Entrust, entrust. Envy, envy. Escort, escort. Escort, escort. Estimation, estimation. Evaporation, evaporation. Exactness, exactness. Excavation, excavation. Exceedingly, exceedingly. Exchange rate, exchange rate. Exertion, exertion. Explicit, explicit. Extended family, extended family. Fable, fable. Fade away, fade away. Fall behind, fall behind. Fall off, fall off. Falsify, falsify. Fatality, fatality. Fearfully, fearfully. Feel guilty, feel guilty. Fertilize, fertilize. Fetch, fetch. Fiberglass, fiberglass. Fight against, fight against. Filament, filament. Fixation, fixation. Flea market, flea market. Flesh and blood, flesh and blood. Flightless, flightless. Retrieval, retrieval. Fluctuate, fluctuate. Folk dance, folk dance. Follow through, follow through. For pleasure, for pleasure. Foretell, foretell. Formally, formally. Formidable, formidable. Fragility, fragility. Frail, frail. Fraud, fraud. Free will, free will. Nighttime, nighttime. Fullness, fullness, fuss, fuss, feudal, feudal, fuzzy, fuzzy, garage sale, garage sale, garment, garment, gender bias, gender bias, generic drug, generic drug, genetic code, genetic code, geological, geological, get on top of, get on top of, gist, gist, knot, knot, glide, glide, tame, tame, gobble, gobble, gourmet, gourmet, gracious, gracious, grand opening, grand opening, gravitate, gravitate, groundless, groundless, hands-on, hands-on, haunt, haunt, have a hard time, ing, have a hard time, ing, have no choice but to, have no choice but to, have nothing to do with, have nothing to do with, heartfelt, heartfelt, heat conduction, heat conduction, herbivory, herbivory, nitrogen, nitrogen, blue-green, blue-green, home appliance, home appliance, homeostasis, homeostasis, hotly, hotly, hull, hull, hummingbird, hummingbird, waiver, waiver, idealism, idealism, identifiable, identifiable, identify with, identify with, ideological, ideological, illusionist, illusionist, illustrator, illustrator, immature, immature, immeasurably, immeasurably, immediacy, immediacy, immortality, immortality, immune response, immune response, impart, impart, impatience, impatience, imperfection, imperfection, impersonal, impersonal, implementation, implementation, imprecise, imprecise, improper, improper, improvisation, improvisation, Part 3, Day 20. In the light of, in the light of, in light of, in light of, in a moment, in a moment, In good condition. In good condition. Conveyor. Conveyor. In honor of. In honor of. In pursuit of. In pursuit of. In recognition of. In recognition of. In tears. In tears. In various ways. In various ways. Inaccessible. Inaccessible. Inactivity. Inactivity. Inclination. Inclination. Inconsistent. Inconsistent. Indecisive. Indecisive. Indefinitely. Indefinitely. Indignantly. Indignantly. Indulge in. Indulge in. Industrialist. Industrialist. Industrious. Industrious. Infestation. Infestation. Inflection. Inflection. Infrared. Infrared. Infrequent. Infrequent. Ingenuity. Ingenuity. Innovator. Innovator. Insurmountable. Insurmountable. Interactional. Interactional. Interdisciplinary. Interdisciplinary. Introspective. Introspective. Invariable. Invariable. Inventive. Inventive. Irrationally. Irrationally. Islander. Islander. Ivory. Ivory. Jigsaw. Jigsaw. Join in. Join in. Joint venture. Joint venture. Jury. Jury. Justification. Justification. Juvenile. Juvenile. Keep in touch. Keep in touch. Kerosene. Kerosene. Night. Night. Labor cost. Labor cost. Lag behind. Lag behind. Lament. Lament. Landlord. Landlord. Larva. Larva. Lay the foundation for. Lay the foundation for. Leaky. Leaky. Lease. Lease. Leash. Leash. Wine. Wine. Liberate. Liberate. Lichen. Lichen. Linear. Linear. Linearly. Linearly. Liner. Liner. Long since. Long since. Look on. Look on. Lose sight of. Lose sight of. Magnet. Magnet. magnifying glass, magnifying glass. Make up one's mind, make up one's mind. Make up, make up. Managerial, managerial. Manned, manned. Map out, map out. Marble, marble. Master's degree, master's degree. Mechanically, mechanically. Mediator, mediator. Meditate, meditate. Merger, merger. Metropolitan, metropolitan. Mighty, mighty. Purification, purification. Millionaire, millionaire. Miraculous, miraculous. Mislay, mislay. More often than not, more often than not. Moss, moss. Moth, moth. Motif, motif. Motto, motto. Move out, move out. Move up, move up. Multiracial, multiracial. Multitude, multitude. Mute, mute. Muted, muted. Mythical, mythical. Mythology, mythology. Necessitate, necessitate. Negligible, negligible. Nervously, nervously. Non-existent, non-existent. Non-stop, non-stop. Nostalgia, nostalgia. Not to mention, not to mention. Part 3. Day 21. Notorious, notorious. Every now and then, every now and then. Now and then, now and then. Nutritional value, nutritional value. Obligatory, obligatory. Occurrent, occurrent. On the edge, on the edge. On edge, on edge. Prototype, prototype. Optical, optical. Optional, optional. Oral care, oral care. Short-lived, short-lived. Oval, oval. Iconic, iconic. Overabundance, overabundance. Overcook, overcook. Overflow, overflow. Overflow, overflow. Overhead, overhead. Overhead, overhead. Overshadow, overshadow. Patty, patty. Painstaking, painstaking. Paradoxically, paradoxically. Parliament, parliament. Pathway, pathway. Patriotism, patriotism. Pavement, pavement. Warplane, warplane. Pendulum, pendulum. Penmanship, penmanship. Performance evaluation, performance evaluation. Perfume, 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 perfume. Periodically, periodically. Peripheral, peripheral. Persistently, persistently. Pervasive, pervasive. Pessimism, pessimism. Petroleum, petroleum. Photosynthesis, photosynthesis. Physiologically, physiologically. Physique, physique. Pinpoint, pinpoint. Pirate, pirate. Pitfall, pitfall. Plight, plight. Piglet, piglet. Pollen, pollen. Porch, porch. Postcard, postcard. Practicality, practicality. Prepackage, prepackage. Prestigious, prestigious. Pretend play, pretend play. Pretension, pretension. Prevailing, prevailing. Proclaim, proclaim. Progressively, progressively. Prolongation, prolongation. Chlorine, chlorine. Proofread, proofread. Prophecy, prophecy. Prophetic, prophetic. Prosperous, prosperous. Protectionism, protectionism. Proximity, proximity. Psychiatrist, psychiatrist. Punctual, punctual. Purist, purist. Put out, put out. Radiate, radiate. Radioactive, radioactive. Rally, rally. Raw data, raw data. Rearrangement, rearrangement. Rebel, rebel. Rebel, rebel. Rebound, rebound. Rebound, rebound. Receptive, receptive. Reciprocity, reciprocity. Recollect, recollect. Reconciliation, reconciliation. Recover from, recover from. Recurrent, recurrent. Read, read. Re-examine, re-examine. Refashion, refashion. Refrigerate, refrigerate. Reinstatement, reinstatement. Rejoice, rejoice. Relay, 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 relay. Relocate, relocate. Remainder, remainder. Remake, 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 remake. Reorganize, reorganize. Repel, repel. Replace A with B, replace A with B. Resent, resent. Respiration, respiration. Restful, restful. Restraint, restraint. Restructure, restructure. Retrospect, retrospect. Rhetorical, rhetorical. Part 3. Day 22. Righteous, righteous. Rigorous, rigorous. Rodent, rodent. Saddle, saddle. Salesmanship, salesmanship. Scarcely, scarcely. Scholarly journal, scholarly journal. Scrutiny, scrutiny. Quickness, quickness. Seaweed soup, seaweed soup. Second hand, second hand. Sedentary, sedentary. Self-conscious, self-conscious. Self-fulfilling, self-fulfilling. Self-reflection, self-reflection. Armpit, armpit. Precussion, precussion. Finalize, finalize. Settle into, settle into. Severity, severity. Sewing machine, sewing machine. Shrug one's shoulders, shrug one's shoulders. Shuffle, shuffle. Sightseeing, sightseeing. Simultaneous, simultaneous. Singular, singular. Skull, skull. Sleep deprived, sleep deprived. Snare, snare. Soap opera, soap opera. Soften, soften. Parasitic, parasitic. Specialization, specialization. Spine, spine. Spineless, spineless. Spit, spit. Spontaneity, spontaneity. Stage fright, stage fright. Mogul, mogul. Standardization, standardization. Standpoint, standpoint. Start out, start out. Starve, starve. State of mind, state of mind. Stew, stew. Stillness, stillness. Stockyard, stockyard. Storehouse, storehouse. Strand, strand. Strategically, strategically. Steamline, steamline. Streamlined, streamlined. Strenuous, strenuous. Subscribe to, subscribe to. Deference, deference. Sunbathe, sunbathe. Supplier, supplier. Surmount, surmount. Surplus, surplus. Symbolically, symbolically. Tailor, tailor. Take a look at, take a look at. Take a stroll, take a stroll. Galaxy, galaxy. Take it for granted that, take it for granted that. Take the initiative, take the initiative. Tattoo, tattoo. Temperament, temperament. Testimony, testimony. Theatrical, theatrical. Thunderstorm, thunderstorm. Ticklish, ticklish. Tidy, tidy. Timid, timid. Timidly, timidly. Tint, tint. Tirelessly, tirelessly. To the exclusion of, to the exclusion of. Toad, toad. Toll booth, toll booth. Topsoil, topsoil. Trade in, trade in. Tranquility, tranquility. Travel insurance, travel insurance. Trek, trek. Trim, trim. Trimly, trimly. Trooper, trooper. Turmoil, turmoil. Turn around, turn around. Typography, typography. Ubiquitous, ubiquitous. Triumphantly, triumphantly. Unchecked, unchecked. Uncontrollably, uncontrollably. uncontroversial, uncontroversial. Under control, under control. Unethical, unethical. Unjust, unjust. Unmanageable, unmanageable. Part 3. Day 23. Unnoticeably, unnoticeably. Unplayable, unplayable. Unsettling, unsettling. Unspoken, unspoken. Untouchable, untouchable. Unveil, unveil. Unwittingly, unwittingly. Usher, usher. Utilitarian, utilitarian. Utter, utter. Vacancy, vacancy. Vacant, vacant. Vaguely, vaguely. Vagueness, vagueness. Vary from, to. Vary from, to. Ventilation, ventilation. Vibrant, vibrant. Vigor, vigor. Vigorously, vigorously. Anecdotal, anecdotal. Virtual reality, virtual reality. Visualization, visualization. Vocational, vocational. War zone, war zone. Warlike, warlike. Wasteland, wasteland. Watchdog, watchdog. Water content, water content. Waterproof, waterproof. Wavelength, wavelength. Inattentive, inattentive. Western hemisphere, western hemisphere. Whipped cream, whipped cream. Whistle, whistle. Holy, holy. Wildflower, wildflower. Win-win, win-win. Wirelessly, wirelessly. Withdraw from, withdraw from. Wither, wither. Withhold, withhold. Horrific, horrific. Workforce, workforce. Yearn, yearn. Zip, zip. Zoologist, zoologist. A host of, a host of. A load of, a load of. Absent-minded, absent-minded. Acclaim, acclaim. Acorn, acorn. Addressee, addressee. Agree on, agree on. Antibody, antibody. antique, antique. At a loss, at a loss. At first glance, at first glance. At other times, at other times. Conduction, conduction. Battlefield, battlefield. Mist, mist. Be anxious to, be anxious to. Robotics, robotics. Be attached to, be attached to. Be conscious of, be conscious of. Be convenient for, be convenient for. Be in the habit of ing, be in the habit of ing. Be prepared for, be prepared for. Meteorologist, meteorologist. Differentiation, differentiation. Benchmark, benchmark. Bend over, bend over. Bloodstream, bloodstream. Boarding house, boarding house. Bothersome, bothersome. Break out of, break out of. Undifferentiated, undifferentiated. Brilliantly, brilliantly. Broadly, broadly. Burn down, burn down. Capability, capability. Carefree, carefree. Carelessness, carelessness. Double-breasted, double-breasted. Cartoon, cartoon. Casually, casually. Catalog, catalog. Ceramic, ceramic. Clean up, clean up. Cleverness, cleverness. Collectively, collectively. Comfortably, comfortably. Concise, concise. Conduct research, conduct research. Constitution, constitution. Constructively, constructively. Contrast A with B, contrast A with B. Courteous, courteous. Cruelty, cruelty. Crumble, crumble. Part 3. Day 24. Curry, curry. Cut in, cut in. Cut through, cut through. Dart, dart. Decoration, decoration. Depart from, depart from. Devote oneself to, devote oneself to. Dishonest, dishonest. Disrespect, disrespect. Do the laundry, do the laundry. Do laundry. Do laundry. Do it yourself. Do it yourself. Drive away. Drive away. Some. Some. Elemental. Elemental. Introvert. Introvert. Emergency room. Emergency room. Except that. Except that. Exceptionally. Exceptionally. Expectantly. Expectantly. Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit. Fail in. Fail in. Fall over. Fall over. Favoritism. Favoritism. Fictitious. Fictitious. Downhill. Downhill. Fit into. Fit into. Flight attendant. Flight attendant. Fluency. Fluency. For the last time. For the last time. For the moment. For the moment. Foreground. Foreground. Gambling. Gambling. Gaze at. Gaze at. Generalize. Generalize. Genetics. Genetics. Geographically. Geographically. Get out of bed. Get out of bed. Scorer. Scorer. Go down. Go down. Go hand in hand. Go hand in hand. Go over. Go over. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Guide dog. Guide dog. Have an effect on. Have an effect on. Pulley. Pulley. Hold up. Hold up. Impair. Impair. In a flash. In a flash. In a minute. In a minute. In good shape. In good shape. In height. In height. In practice. In practice. Inexperience. Inexperience. Inspect. Inspect. Interdependence. Interdependence. Inwardly. Inwardly. Itinerary. Itinerary. Virtuoso. Virtuoso. Outpost. Outpost. Lamb. Lamb. Lay an egg. Lay an egg. Leave behind. Leave behind. Lie down on. Lie down on. Literate. Literate. Livelihood. Livelihood. Look down on. Look down on. Manageable. Manageable. Medium-sized. Medium-sized. Memoir. Memoir. Memorial. Memorial. preoccupied, preoccupied. Multiplication, multiplication. Ephemeral, ephemeral. Night shift, night shift. Off limit, off limit. Nobleman, nobleman. Omit, omit. On and off, on and off. Discreet, discreet. Out of focus, out of focus. Outrageous, outrageous. Overconfident, overconfident. Pension, pension. Pierce, pierce. Prioritize, prioritize. Pronoun, pronoun. Reach out, reach out. Readjust, readjust. Realistically, realistically. Reap, reap. Reborn, reborn. Rain, rain. Relive, relive. Removal, removal. Replicate, replicate. Reportedly, reportedly. Round trip, round trip. Run down, run down. Run through, run through. Scandal, scandal. Part 3. Day 25. Harden, harden. Seek to, seek to. Self-awareness, self-awareness. Bearable, bearable. Set free, set free. Set the stage, set the stage. Shady, shady. Shapeless, shapeless. Shut up, shut up. Sickness, sickness. Situational, situational. Slender, slender. Sneak, sneak. Specify, specify. Statistician, statistician. Stay awake, stay awake. Eligibility, eligibility. Stay calm, stay calm. Keep calm, keep calm. Stern, stern. Achiever, achiever. Subdivide, subdivide. Subset, subset. Supervise, supervise. Take a risk, take a risk. Take into account, take into account. Take pride in, take pride in. Take the form of, take the form of. Rationing, rationing. The cost of living, the cost of living. thickness, thickness. Thigh, thigh. Thrive on, thrive on. All to no avail, all to no avail. To no avail, to no avail. To-do list, to-do list. Toe, toe. Triangular, triangular. Trust in, trust in. Unavailable, unavailable. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Undeniable, undeniable. Underachiever, underachiever. Unfairness, unfairness. Uniformly, uniformly. Unresolved, unresolved. Unsolvable, unsolvable. Unsuspecting, unsuspecting. Unsustainable, unsustainable. Validity, validity. Vote for, vote for. Wedding anniversary, wedding anniversary. Whiteboard, whiteboard. Wholesome, wholesome. With care, with care. With the exception of, with the exception of. Yours sincerely, yours sincerely. Furiously, furiously. Acknowledgement, acknowledgement. Crutch, crutch. Unskillful, unskillful. Earthy, earthy. Collectible, collectible. Hazy, hazy. Farewell party, farewell party. Uncultivated, uncultivated. Daring, daring. Abnormality, abnormality. Abolishment, abolishment. Abound, abound. Above ground, above ground. Abrasion, abrasion. Absently, absently. Absorber, absorber. Abundantly, abundantly. Consultative, consultative. Abusive, abusive. Academia, academia. Accelerator, accelerator. Accord, accord. Accord with, accord with. Accountable, accountable. Accusation, accusation. Acidity, acidity. Inedible, inedible. Acoustical, acoustical. Stethoscope, stethoscope. Acquaintanceship, acquaintanceship. Acreage, acreage. Across from, across from. Actuality, actuality. adaptable, adaptable. Add up to, add up to. Irrepressible, irrepressible. Adjoin, adjoin. Admiral, admiral. Adrift, adrift. Advance one's career, advance one's career. Adventuresome, adventuresome. Adversary, adversary. Adverse effect, adverse effect. Adversely affect, adversely affect.